everyone, thanks for watching. Several people have asked me to do a video on equipment that I bring to training. I've actually got some training coming up this weekend, and so I'm putting my stuff together and getting ready for the course. So I thought I would show you what I take in my range bag when I'm preparing to go to attend training. Let's take a look. I bring two types of eye protection. One is just clear and one is tinted, so that either any kind of weather conditions I can manage there. I'm going to bring my Ear Pro. I've got an electronic Ear Pro. I really like them, but because they're electronic, I need extra batteries in case those batteries go down. So I usually carry two sets of extra batteries to go with my hearing protectors. I've got the primary holster. The class I'm going to take is an advanced pistol course that deals primarily with concealment. So I'm going to bring my one of my everyday concealment holsters, and then I always bring a backup just in case. This is actually an out of the waistband, but it is a good holster that I like. So I'll bring the primary and backup. Of course, the weapon I'm going to use for the training, and I read the course description. You want to make sure that you bring at least the amount of magazines necessary, and then I will bring a couple of extra just in case a spring breaks or just something like that. So I usually bring about 2 extra magazines in addition to whatever the course description calls for. I also want to make sure that I put a piece of tape or something on each of my magazines and write my name on them. These are newer magazines that I've got, so I haven't written my name on there, but I've got a permanent marker that I usually write my name on. This will do just fine. The green will help me find it on the ground and maybe identify that they're mine. If somebody else picks up this magazine, they'll at least know where it came from. If it rains, I've got a really light set of rain gear that I carry that is just squished up in the bag there. I've got a marked top and bottom just because if it starts sprinkling and I want to just take put on a light rain cover, I can take this out and put it on. This is actually Redhead. I've worn it in a lot of the training I've gone to, and it works really well. Just really lightweight, put it in the bag, and all that goes in the range bag. In the event that it gets really bad, I've got a full Gore-Tex hooded rain suit as well. So just some kind of good quality. A lot of the training I do, you might be in the mud or whatever. So you wanted a good material to withstand that kind of stuff. Carry a hat with me. I'm not really a hat guy, but when I'm on the range, I typically wear a hat for a couple of reasons. If it's raining, it'll help deflect some of the rain, not get all over my eyewear and fog that up and things like that. Also, brass from other people's weapons and stuff, it might deflect that. Keep the sun out of my eyes, just things like that, all just general purpose. A built-in sweat band that keeps the sweat from getting in my eyes, just things of that nature. At the time of this video, it's cold outside. It's actually about 32 degrees outside. So I've got a stocking cap as well that I will throw in there. I'm more inclined to wear a ball cap, but once I get on the range, I won't be able to come back. So I carry both. I always carry some kind of shemagh or something like that. If it gets really hot, I can put it around my neck and keep the sun off my neck, or I can use it as a towel to wipe things up, or wipe my hands, wipe parts off. If I've got magazines that I drop in in the mud or something like that, I can kind of wipe them off so I can put them back in there where I want them, or just whatever. So it's just a general purpose rag or whatever you want to use that for. Sometimes the range days can be kind of long and in between meals. So if I get, start getting hungry, I don't want to be distracted by, hunger pains. So I throw a couple of Cliff bars, maybe some granola bars in the bag as well, so that I can snack on something. Also, I like this kind of bar as opposed to things like almonds and other snacks that I might have, because typically stuff like this, keep in mind that my hands are gonna have lead dust and things like that on them, and maybe dirt from the range. So I may not have facilities to wash my hands. So even though I carry hand sanitizer in my bag, which is something that I wanted to show you, I also like these types of bars because I can just peel the label down or the wrapper down and just use the wrapper to kind of protect my food from my dirty hands. So that's something to consider. I got a bottle of water to remember to talk about it, but I'll actually carry, for a 2-day class, I will have a case with me per day. Now I'm not going to drink that much, but sometimes, a lot of people that I go, you might have somebody that forgot water or something like that. So I just like to have plenty of water on hand. And so I'll bring a case with me at minimum. And I might even throw a couple in my bag. I keep a first aid kit in there. Now this first aid kit is really nothing more than just something I put together based on my experience. It's going to be Band-Aids, some triple antibiotic ointment. I've got some stuff for headache, sinus. I've got some Pepto-Bismol pills in there in case my stomach gets upset or something like that. Some alcohol pads. I've got some tweezers in case, a splinter. I've even got a small container of eye wash that I got a while back, and I just like to have it around, just like I say, a lot of firing ranges are kind of remote, and so if I get something, dirt or something in my eye or a piece of, lead fragment, whatever it might be, something that I could just wash out, then I've got some sanitary eye wash with me. So it's really just a simple, basic first aid kit. If I need a Band-Aid, there it is. I also carry an IFAK or a ventilated operator's kit. This is one of the ones I have. This is typically not the one I carry. This is military issue. The one I usually carry is a ventilated operator's kit that I got from Tactical Response, and I actually like it better. This one's got a cat tourniquet. The IFAK is an individual first aid kit, and essentially this is going to be for serious injuries, nasopharyngeal, airway, H&H bandages, things like that. This is going to be for somebody that has a severe injury that needs to be treated life or death, and I always carry one in my kit, and you should too. I carry, again, I told you, you should always consider the type of year that you're going to train. For me, it's going to be cold. So I've got 6 the little hot hands, and I'm going to carry, I'll just throw those in my bag. So if we're out there for a long period of time, my hands start getting cold or something like that, I can bust one of those and just keep it in my pocket while I'm listening to the instructor, tell us what the next drill is or explain whatever they're doing out in the field. I can keep my hands good and warm, and just things like that. I can throw one in my boots, or if my toes are getting cold. So just really handy to have. I keep a couple in there. They're lightweight, and they don't take up much room. Inevitably, I might have to tighten something or move something or pull something off or whatever. So I carry a little multi-tool. This is a Leatherman. One thing I have discovered that cheap, like $10 multi-tools don't really work for me. Inevitably, when I really need it, they don't work. Something breaks or bends, or the quality is just not good enough for me to even worry about. So I think this one was maybe $25, $30. It wasn't that bad. but it is you know, a Leatherman, and it is a decent quality for what I'm going to use it for. So I keep that in my range bag in case I need a you know, little screwdriver or whatever, you know, pliers, wire cutters, whatever it might be. So it's come in handy in the past. I'll keep that for the class itself. And even for the range, I will carry a little steno pad to take notes with. A lot of times we get on the range, you know, I'll use the same one for in the classroom, but you know, sometimes you get on the range and some of the best wisdom comes out right there, and you say, man, I want to remember that. So I just jot it down. If you're going to carry a pen, carry two. I'm all about, you know, inevitably the pen I brought will not work, so I always carry two. Now I'm going to bring my ammo. Like I said, this is going to be a pistol port. One thing I wanted to share with you is I see a lot of people show up for training classes and they've got a case of ammo in a box. So they'll open up a box and start taking out smaller boxes and then pull out the trays and start loading from those trays. One thing, if you're going to a training course with, you know, 300, 400, 500, 600 rounds that you're going to fire, my suggestion, spend a little money on an ammo can. My suggestion is get a good durable metal one instead of a plastic one, especially if you got heavy, you know, a lot of rounds. And you can see this is quite a few for this this one. And then dump them out in the can itself so that when it's time to load, you can pop open the canister and load right out of the can. It saves you a lot of time, and I don't want to be that guy everybody else is up on the line waiting for. So, you know, and I can throw my extra magazines in here. If you know, if you're so inclined to use like the little magazine loader or the little loader, and throw it in there as well. So this is just handy. Also, the military grade ammo cans will hold the water out and things like that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to take all that stuff and put it in my range bag. Now my range bag is about this size, and that might be a little larger than most people, but I use my range bag a lot anyway. I use it professionally as well as personally. So a lot of times I'll have clipboards in there, some extra duty ammo or whatever the case may be, clipboards, whistles, things like that that I might use on a gun range when I'm actually facilitating a class. I've taken all that stuff out for the training, but I still use the same range bag. One thing that I want to warn you about is to make sure that you don't go buy a bag and then fill it up with stuff that you think you need to take to the range. What I want you to do is pick out the things that you're going to need to go to the training. Set all that stuff out and then figure out the size of the bag you need to hold that stuff. Otherwise, you will carry these huge bags out to the range, or even worse, 2 or 3 bags. So you'll be that guy lugging stuff back and forth all the time, and you don't want to be that guy. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's what I carry to the range most often. Sometimes I add a few things, take a few things away, but that's the heart of it. I hope this has helped, and I appreciate you guys watching. Please feel free to share and like and those kind of things, and we'll see you again next time.